From the West Gym at Wadsworth High School, it is game number 12 of the 2003 Wadsworth boys basketball season schedule. And tonight it's the start of round 2 of Suburban League play as the Grizzlies are going to do battle with the visiting Tallmadge Blue Devils. Hi again, everybody. John Bernard to bring you tonight's action. And alongside me, nobody, at least at this point right now. So the floor is being swept off by Mr. Eaton down here in the corner, and we're all ready to go in this, what has been a tough battle the last few years for the Wadsworth Grizzlies. The Tallmadge Blue Devils, of course, 3-time Suburban League champions the past 3 years, and they are defending that title this season. However, they are, as you see on your screen, now 4-3 in Suburban League play. The Grizzlies need to keep on winning to stay atop as they lead green by just 1. Starting lineup for the Tallmadge Blue Devils: number 13, Shawn Ryan, a 5'8" senior. Number 23, Dion Harvey, 6'1" senior. Number 25, Jay Mathis, 6'4" sophomore. Rayel Martin is a 6'4" senior, and Martin is a key transfer that the Blue Devils picked up from the Green Bulldogs. And number 51, Pat Botch, a 6'5" senior. Here's the starting lineup for the Wadsworth Grizzlies this evening. Number 14, Joe Capitosta. Capitosta averaging 11 points per ball game. Number 22, Ben Falkenberg, the 5'10" junior, averaging 15 points a game. Number 24 is DJ Schrock, 6' senior. DJ Schrock averaging 9 points per contest. Number 32, Nick Goddard, 6'1" senior. And Nick Goddard coming in, averaging 16 points a game. And rounding it out, number 42, Brett Smith, 6'2" senior. He'll be the man in the middle. As the starting lineup for the Grizzlies, throwing some, looks to be like some t-shirts out here in the crowd, and it is a packed house for the West Gym tonight. Wadsworth 11-0, 7-0, first in the Suburban League, as I mentioned. Moved down a couple of spots in the Associated Press state poll for Division I. They were ranked 12th in the first poll that was published. They're now 14th ranked in the state. The Grizzlies 11-0 for the first time in 12 years. And that's been since Coach Dave Sladke took Wadsworth on a 16-game winning streak in the 91-92 season, and we're underway. Tallmadge with the ball. Shawn Ryan, point guard, 5'8", being guarded out front by Falkenberg. Flips over to Harvey. Cross court. Now down to Rayel Martin. Underneath to Botch. Botch throws it back out front. Tallmadge early ball movement. Rayel Martin over to Ryan. Now Rayel Martin again dumps down to Botch. Then open and defending was Smith, but he didn't want to foul early in the game. Dion Harvey, his first basket in the first points of the game, and coming up court, Brett Smith is fouled. With the 11-0 mark, as I mentioned, it's been 12 years since the Grizzlies have gotten off to this great of a start to start the season. And that has Capitosta in the corner, dumps down to DJ Schrock. He'll power up around the rim and in. As always, an aggressive move to the basket. DJ Schrock offensively. With the win and putting the Grizzlies to 11-0, Coach Martin has raised his winning percentage as coach of the Grizzlies higher than any other coach in school history. Traveling call for Tallmadge. Goddard will inbound. He gets it to DJ Schrock, back to Goddard. Tallmadge with the press. Grizzlies break it. No look pass to Brett Smith. He gets his shot blocked, puts it up again and in this time. Basket good. Shawn Ryan. 4-4 is the score. Goddard open for a three-pointer, but it'll be Capitosta. It's a little bit long. Pulled down by Botch. Capitosta in the corner, being trapped, needs some help, finds Falkenberg across the midcourt line. Falkenberg gonna restart the offense. He calls out a play. And the little floater through the lane. One of Falkenberg's favorite shots. The Grizzlies take a 6-4 lead. Long pass down court. And an easy layup missed by Jay Mathis. Grizzlies come their way, over to Goddard, puts up the three-pointer, off the side of the rim, and the ball's gonna go Tallmadge way as a foul has been called. Referees will discuss it. It'll be a push by Brett Smith. My father Gary has come to the rescue to keep score for me, so I don't have to deal with that one and add a little bit of commentary. All my backups couldn't even show up tonight, so guess I had to do it by myself.
Well, this is a real treat doing a boys game with you, John. I'll just kind of be a little bit quiet and try to keep score for you.
The problem is I need this roster to see who's who on Tallmadge, and you're keeping score on it, so
okay,
if we had another one up here, it would help.
We'll fix that in a few minutes.
This is Pat Botch. Senior converts the first one. And both to tie the score at 6. Tallmadge, a little bit of a press here in the first quarter. Grizzlies have not had much trouble beating it. Long three for Falkenberg. That was NBA town.
For sure.
Thrown out of bounds by Rayel Martin. Mentioned at the outset, Rayel Martin, a transfer from Green.
I saw the first game over at Tallmadge, and this is a different starting lineup than they had over there.
Could you imagine Green if Rayel Martin had stayed? They could use him now. He's a senior. But Green not having much troubles this season. As per usual, Coach John Martin, about 3 or 4 minutes into the first quarter, the second 5 will arrive. And that second 5 consists of Mike Marshall, Austin Senior, Ben Schrock, Griff Wilson, and Paul Macko. Leading scorers off the bench for the Grizzlies this season, Ben Schrock and Mike Marshall, both averaging right around 6 points a game. And what a game Marshall had over in Barberton Wednesday night.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Ball stripped away by the Grizzlies. Macko speeding down court to Marshall, and he loses it out of bounds. Macko showing the speed there that he utilizes well on the football field, and it converts well here on the hard court.
Yeah, he's quick.
Thrown out of bounds almost, and Griff Wilson saves it. Throws inside to Ben Schrock. Dumps off to Marshall. Double pump, fouled and one. Mike Marshall, 7 points, 5 rebounds in the Grizzlies' 49-45 win at Barberton. The Grizzlies won that game despite shooting only 30% from the floor and making only 7 of 16 free throws and committing 21 turnovers. The Grizzlies come the other way. Mako floats it up and in. So you look at the stats for the Grizzlies in that one, you wouldn't think they had won. The 21 turnovers is far above as Tallmadge throws it out. Grizzlies average only about 10 turnovers a game.
Yeah,
and they doubled that up in the Barberton game.
Yeah, there's good defensive game over there at Barberton. I thought the score might be a little bit more, but both teams playing tough D.
That was the Grizzlies' lowest scoring output of the season and the lowest an opponent has scored against them in a season, 49-45, and a Copley tournament rematch is very possible. Marshall throws up the jumper. Early on here, looks like the Grizzlies, with the defensive intensity, will cause Tallmadge to turn the ball over, and it looks like so far they can do anything they want offensively. Looks like it'll be called a push on Austin Sr.
Well, they had him boxed up there pretty good. Might have been a little too tight.
At the outset, I was telling our viewers about the Grizzlies' 11-0 start. First time in 12 years they've started out that well, and it's been since.
Ooh.
Ball knocked out of bounds, stays with Tallmadge, though. Good defense underneath by the Grizzlies. First time since 1991-92 when Coach Sladke coached Wadsworth to a 16-0 start. And Coach Martin now with the highest as Ryan drills a 3, and he can do that, drill them.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and he was making them.
He shoots a hand in the face. Ryan will shoot over 40% from three-point range for the Blue Devils.
But just foul on Hindle down there, little body check.
As we saw, Coach Martin with 147 wins now as boys coach, as Griff Wilson tries to make something happen, and a foul will be called on Corey Hindle.
A nice job by Griff trying to go to the bucket strong.
Coach Martin, 147 wins, 60 losses, giving him a winning percentage higher than any other coach in school history. Griff Wilson misses that one.
We had a tough night at Barberton from the foul line, too.
Yeah, I mentioned that. They were Grizzlies 7 of 16 from the free throw line. The loss for the Magics was only the 7th time that the Magics have lost at home since Ken Rector took over in 1996.
Yeah, Coach Rector was a little upset
with some of the
calls. Yeah, he got a tee on him.
Ryan steps behind the three-point line, fired that one up a little off, and Griff Wilson going to be called for grabbing the arm of Jay Mathis when he pulled down the rebound.
I think we're ready to convert again with the 5 guys coming back in.
The replay of the foul, but yeah, Barberton's just their 7th home loss since '96. 2 of those have come against Wadsworth.
That's a nice new gym they have over there.
The Purple Palace.
Yeah. I won't say much for the color, but
good trap by the Grizzly defense. It's going to be out of bounds off DJ Schrock. The Grizzlies now, the Magics 10-3 on the season. Opponents that have defeated the Magics have a combined record of 32-3.
Wow, that's impressive. They've got a nice team.
And that's kind of like, reminds me of the.
Oh, look at that rebound by Goddard. Oh.
Yeah, he can get up there.
Baby.
Kind of reminds me of the record of the opponents that the Wadsworth Lady Grizzlies have lost to, being Toledo, Start, Hudson, and Copley. Those 3 teams have lost only like 2 games the whole year combined. Capitosta, look at the move. Schrock fighting for it, and it's pulled out of the air by Martin of Tallmadge. Rayel Martin, 15 points, 13 rebounds. Shot waved off, he walked.
Ooh.
Rayel Martin and Tallmadge has not played for a week. Their last game played was last Friday, a win against Copley, 57-52. Rayel Martin, a double-double. 15 points, 13 rebounds last week. Falkenberg over to Capitosta. Back to Ben, directing traffic. And that'll be...
I missed that one. They're fouling the floor.
Well, they called it.
Look up the scoreboard to see who that was on.
Called it on Shawn Ryan. His first, team 5th. Falkenberg out to Capitosta. He walked. Took an extra step before he got rid.
Yeah, got to get the ball on the floor first.
And again, the Blue Devils, they've won 3 consecutive Suburban League championships, denying Wadsworth each time. The Grizzlies, of course, have finished 2nd the last 4 years as the whistle blows.
Goddard got up real high on that defensive play, too. Must have caught just a little bit of hand.
The reason I feed our people a lot of stats and don't call too much of the game is because they can see what's happening as I'm talking. So if this were radio, it'd be a little different. Dion Harvey at the line for Tallmadge. So Grizzlies on the road to the Suburban League Championship, as this is the start of round 2 of Suburban League play. They've finished 2nd the last 4 years, attempting to win their first league title since 1997, and it would be, should they win it, their 11th overall. Half a minute to play, first quarter. Good crowd, West Gym. Goddard dumps to Smith. Smith.
Oh, nice
around,
move.
but he walked. Matt Vanna throws to Ryan.
Oh,
knocked
nice
away from
steal.
behind by Capitosta. Long
There's
3, Goddard at the buzzer, can't get that one to go. 15-10 Wadsworth after 1. Looking at 5'8 sophomore, or I'm sorry, 5'8 senior Shawn Ryan out there directing the offense for Tallmadge. His body and gestures on the court remind you a little bit of Alan Bach.
Yes.
The graduated phenomenal point guard for the 3-time defending champion Blue Devils. He, of course, was a 3-year starter, All-Ohio selection, and he was a good one.
Yeah, he was really fun to watch. #1 in his class academically, too, as I recall.
He's also a devout Christian, and that is what led him, Alan Bach, to attend Mount Vernon Nazarene College in Mount Vernon, Ohio, which is where Brad Mosier is a senior.
Yeah, he's having a nice year there. Every once in a while you'll pick up the paper and see that he's done real well.
Mount Vernon Nazarene College is an NAIA school, a member of the National Christian College Athletic Association. And Alan Bach selected Mount Vernon over Cedarville, Geneva, and Grove City. Second quarter underway. Grizzlies looking to look at Falkenberg.
Oh, man, look at him slash.
He can just handle the ball and float up there and get so close to the hoop from so far away to really get a high percentage shot off.
And that ball goes up so softly that it just seems to swish it every time.
Jump
nice
shot
defensive
from inside,
play.
missed by Harvey. Whistle blows underneath.
Low push by Harvey, I think, on the back of Ben Falkenberg.
Grizzlies averaging 73 points per ball game. Opponents averaging just 56. So the Grizzlies outscoring opponents this season by an average of 17 points a game. As we have a Tallmadge timeout, some more numbers for you. Grizzlies attempting to defeat Tallmadge for the second time this season over at the Tallmadge Zoo back on December 6th. The Grizzlies won it 75-69. You remember that one?
I remember. I was there, and something unusual happened. There were some pre-sale tickets sold here at Wadsworth, and they tried to put all the Wadsworth fans in a real small area with a couple hundred seats right beside us, and there were some upset Wadsworth fans, but we slowly drifted over into that area. They expected a sellout that evening, but they didn't quite have it, so there were some seats available at the door.
Goddard, long three, short, pulled down by Harvey. There's Rayel Martin, but they're missing some easy baskets underneath is Tallmadge.
And DJ had excellent position there on the rebound, so we're going to line for 1-1.
DJ Schrock, 8 points in the win over the Magics Wednesday night.
He plays as good a position defense as you can do.
And DJ will hit the free throw line, averaging 9 points a contest. A week ago here at home against the Highland Hornets, DJ Schrock had 12 points and a game-high 7 rebounds. Then he fights for his own rebound off the miss and gets it, and Wadsworth has the ball.
Yeah, we're not doing so hot from the foul line again.
Capitosta finds DJ underneath.
Look at that, nice pass.
Just kind of snuck underneath there and nobody. He was behind all the Tallmadge defenders.
Yeah, that's patience.
Ryan gets it down court. He's quickly blocked by Goddard and Capitosta. Three-pointer in the air, just missed, knocked up by Goddard, then picked up by Mathis. Mathis misses the shot, and it's going to be an offensive foul on the Blue Devils. It'll be on Pat Botch. Second foul on Botch.
We got to make these foul shots.
Last season, each team won at home. Wadsworth 63-59 won here at the West Gym. Tallmadge 77-62 over there. And Smith misses the foul. Ofer from the free throw line.
Yep.
Not too many different players getting in there for Tallmadge. We'll see if they're depth or lack thereof. And the Grizzlies, deepest team in the area. See if they can't wear them down come second half.
Yeah, I see Marshall coming and probably taking Smith's place with two fouls on him.
Joe Capitosta gives to Falkenberg. Goddard's going to drive in, squares to the hoop, misses off the back of the rim, rebound Botch. Botch, 6'5" senior. He's got a couple inches on any Grizzly that'll be out on the floor. Ryan bounces it to Mathis. To Jim Huck, and that
looks like they're pushing the, trying to keep the ball out front.
Jay Mathis, 6'4" sophomore, one of two sophomores on the varsity roster. Corey Hindle, the other one. Tallmadge 18-5 overall last season, 12-2 in Suburban League play. They lost in Division II District Final to East, 45-43. Falkenberg behind the back dribble, floats it up a little too short. Pulled out of the air by Tallmadge. Shawn Ryan has it. Gives to Mathis. Mathis baseline shot. Nope. Going to be a push underneath on Mike Marshall.
Looks like it.
So Marshall came in to replace Smith. And Marshall draws his second foul. That'll bring in Ben Schrock. Ben Schrock, 6 points and 5 rebounds in the win over Barberton Wednesday night. He'll come in after this free throw by Matt Vanna. Vanna, a junior, misses that one. You spell his last name V-A-N-A.
As in White. Vanna White? That's a stretch.
One for two is Vanna, 19-14.
Well, we need a bucket here.
Capitosta stops, middle of the lane, throws to Ben Schrock, who mishandles it out of bounds. And substitutions, senior Mako Wilson replacing Goddard, Falkenberg, Capitosta.
Tallmadge moving the ball pretty well against our press. Oh boy.
Mako by himself, easy layup. Rayel Martin just a step behind him, 21-14.
Yeah, Mako poured it on like he was running from the...
Mako knocked that pass down, tipped it to Senior.
Oh,
Senior,
nice
pass to Wilson. Around the rim and in for Griff. Just some nice defensive play there by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, this group can play defense.
Yep, and I'll say it. From now on, you can never say Coach Martin's teams don't play defense.
Oh boy, it's been a real turnaround from the last couple of years. Watching them play defense now, it's very impressive.
Here's that last great play by the Grizzlies. Mako jumps up, can't quite see him knock the pass down. Then he ticked it to Senior right there. Then watch the pass from Senior over the shoulder with his back to Griff Wilson. To give you an idea of the Blue Devils' dominance in the Suburban League, which, as everybody knows, they're down this year and will not win a 4th consecutive Suburban League championship. But their last 3 years in the Suburban League, starting back 3 years ago, in the league they were 14-0. The next year 14-0, and last year 12-2.
I know they. What was their other loss in the league last year? Norton. Yeah, that.
So in the Suburban League, the previous 3 seasons, the Blue Devils were 40-2, and those 2 losses were last year.
Yeah, they had some.
That was, of course, when
nice
they had
defense.
Maddox.
Yeah, Maddox, what a player.
Bach has been at point guard. As the Grizzlies come down, Wilson misses. Mako gets his shot blocked from behind, but Senior picks up the loose ball.
Yeah, good decision to bring that ball back out and start over again.
Foul going to be called on Shawn Ryan.
Yeah, what do we call those?
Ticky-tack. That is foul number 2 on Shawn Ryan. 10th team foul, or 9th team foul on Tallmadge, 10 on the Grizzlies. Mako's free throw missed again.
Well, we're still 0 from the foul line.
Man.
And these are...
Stepped out of bounds, did Shawn Ryan coming up court. Grizzlies will inbound. Austin Senior in front of the Tallmadge bench. Whips it inside to DJ Schrock, back to Senior. Griff Wilson has it to Ben Schrock baseline. Tallmadge in a zone, but it gets broken up. Wilson for 3. Little line drive shot, and the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Tallmadge. Didn't get enough air under that one, did Griff?
No, he's wide open too.
Good no call there.
Yes, absolutely good no call.
Dion Harvey brings it across the timeline for Tallmadge. Corey Hindle in there now at point guard. And Shawn Ryan now playing down low, stolen away. Griff Wilson, he stutter steps, travels.
Traveled, yep. Need a little bit better control.
Trying to make too much happen too fast.
And he made a good play.
Grizzlies causing all kinds of turnovers tonight. The trap, that's going to be a blocking foul on Austin Senior.
Yeah, they're talking to him
DJ
about dropping
Schrock
the ball
bleeding.
on him.
Yeah, Shawn Ryan dropped the ball right into the face of Austin Senior. They wanted a call from the ref. That's a technical if you're going to call it. There you see the Tallmadge head coach, John Carnuth, I believe that's pronounced.
Carnuth.
In his 2nd year, and you see his overall record coming into tonight's game, 26-9, as Shawn Ryan is at the free throw line on the south side of the West Gym. Over the last 5.5 seasons in Suburban League play, Tallmadge 61-16.
Ooh.
That is by far the best in the league.
Thus far, Tallmadge only has 3 field goals this game. The rest of their points come from the foul line.
And vice versa for Wadsworth. No points from the foul
7
line.
of their 15 is from the charity
0 of Wadsworth's 23. Long 3, Goddard right there. Smiling in the face of Dion Harvey as that one was made was Nick Goddard, and that was NBA range plus a couple. We could have had a shot of Goddard there. Just that sly Cheshire cat grin from Nick Goddard. The three was missed. Dion Harvey jumping up with the putback, and he has a little look for Nick Goddard coming the other way.
Yeah, that's all that intimidation stuff that goes on nowadays.
So let's keep that floor camera on the facial expressions tonight. Makes great television. Paul Macko, right wing, slips a little bit to DJ Schrock. He says, I'll drive in. Over to Goddard, another three. Off the mark, rebound Falkenberg.
Whoa, what a nice pass.
Wide open underneath Schrock. Goddard firing up the threes here lately, and between he and Falkenberg, stolen away, Ben Schrock. Macko gonna take it up off the glass and in. 30-17, the Grizzlies on a run.
And they've done it all with defense, getting those turnovers.
Long pass down court, wide open. And a foul gonna be called on DJ Schrock. The basket's good. Schrock just kind of swatting the air up there, but he must have bumped into Harvey. See the score, 30-19, as Harvey heads to the line. Harvey with 7 points here in the first half, looking for 8. And he doesn't get it. Macko over to Schrock, and with the 11-point lead, waiting to come in if he gets a chance is Jordan Hart.
Yeah, they're going to let her wind down here and perhaps go a little one-on-one. There's the guy you want with the ball, too, in this situation.
Nick Goddard over the last 3 games is what I wanted to mention, shooting 50% beyond the three-point line. Talk more about that in the second half, as the last second shot is going to have to be taken by Falkenberg, and he just misses baseline. It'll be 30-19 heading into the locker room, as the Grizzly defense once again has put them on top in a ball game. They keep up that intensity, they will remain undefeated. But we have a whole half of basketball to play here in the West Gym. We'll tally them up and be right back.
Grizzlies basketball on Wadsworth Community Television.
Foul and 1, Ashley Field. Goddard, easy layup. Again, dumps off Lawson. It's offensive end. Capitosta slashing to the hoop.
Falkenberg drives in, lays it off the glass and in. Fisher gets the turnover, the basket counts. Goddard stops, last second three. Wadsworth Grizzlies basketball, WCTV Channel 16.
Second half just about to get started. 30-19 Wadsworth. Here's the first half scoring for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, we had 8 players score in that the first half. Griff Wilson with 2, Paul Macko 6, Ben Falkenberg 7, DJ Schrock 4, Mike Marshall 4, Nick Goddard a 3-pointer, Ben Schrock 2, and Brett Smith with 2 points.
Our cameraman Phil Dell is switching his headsets in order to talk to the control room, so he will be with you in just a moment. For Tallmadge, Dion Harvey led the way with 7, Shawn Ryan 6, Pat Botch 3, Jay Mathis 2, and Matt Vanna 1 free throw. Goddard comes out firing a 3 and nailing it. Second 3 of the night for Goddard. Ryan comes the other side and he buries one. That's his second 3 tonight. Slashing to the basket, Capitosta misses, and Tallmadge comes the other way. Tallmadge looks to be picking up the tempo a bit. Rayel Martin with the basket, his first basket of the game. 33-24, Grizzlies with the lead and the pumpkin.
Nice move, DJ.
Schrock. Cross court, Ryan gets around Goddard, another three, in and out. Knocked out to Falkenberg. Falkenberg sees Goddard, but no looks it to Capitosta, who high off the glass makes the basket. Ryan gets around the Grizzly defense, firing up a three-pointer and nailing it, Rayel Martin. So Martin, no points in the first half. 5 of the Tallmadge 8 here to start the second. And Tallmadge has it down to 10 points. Capitosta drives in, shot blocked, Jay Mathis.
Yeah, good defensive play down there in the baseline by the Tallmadge player, Mathis.
Anticipating that, here is the block by Mathis. Yep. Goddard fires way out front to Falkenberg. Top of key three around the rim. Nope, pulled down by Martin. Martin, another three. That one's off. Pulled out of the air by Harvey. He turns around and makes the basket. Dion Harvey with 9. And it's a single-digit lead for the Grizzlies. Goddard, a three, and he's nailed by Dion Harvey. Goddard will shoot 3.
And Harvey's pleading his case to no avail.
Here's the replay on Harvey's foul. And clearly
as his body was
falling into Goddard. And Goddard good as gold from the free throw line. See if he can make the first free throw of the night for Wadsworth. And he does, and it took until 5:31 left in the third quarter.
Well, we will.
But the guard combo of Falkenberg and Goddard, they're shooting 54% from the field and 50% behind the three-point line over the last 3 games. Goddard is averaging 3 assists during that span. He's 11 of 22 in three-pointers the last 3 games, not including tonight.
Yeah, he's probably about 50% tonight.
He's about 2 for 5 or so.
And Martin's going to town here.
Yeah, 7 points all here in the second half. Falkenberg averaging 5 assists over the last 3 contests. He's 5 of 10 on threes the previous 3 games before tonight's. Smith's shot in the paint, errant. And speeding down court to the other end, Jay Mathis. 40-33. Tallmadge fans bouncing up and down. The student body from Tallmadge. Rayel Martin the steal to Ryan. Easy layup.
We might need a timeout.
Yep. Coach Martin, a big run for the Tallmadge Blue Devils. They've outscored the Grizzlies here at the start of the second half, 16 to
10.
10, yes. There you see the Grizzlies' schedule. Second half of the season underway. At Norton this coming Wednesday, and we'll be right back here next Friday night. Copley. 2 more non-league games. One here at home, the Orville Red Riders, and second to the last game of the season will be at Medina.
Well, we've the second, I hesitate to say the second 5, but the next 5 players are out there.
The other 5 starters.
The other 5 starters, yeah, we got 10 starters. See if they can put a little chink in this offensive burst that Tallmadge has had.
Tallmadge came out with some quickness on offense. Marshall whips underneath. Ben Schrock, he's nailed and he gets the basket.
Nice head fake.
Yep, and he went up as he saw the defender going up and coming down on top of him. Ben Schrock, 6 points, 5 rebounds Wednesday evening.
Completes the three-point play.
Schrock now with 5 points on the evening. Macko by himself, easy layup again.
There's that defensive
35.
team.
Yep.
Oh, a nice play.
Almost
Good
stolen.
anticipation by Wilson.
Anticipated for Jay Mathis. Or intended for Mathis, I meant to say, was that pass. Tipped out of the air by Wilson, and he goes flying into the stands.
Right into the Tallmadge fans over there.
I don't think I emphasized my yell enough on that fly into the stands.
Good
Traveling
defensive
ball.
pressure caused that traveling.
We'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, will we ever?
If you're watching this, it may be tomorrow, Saturday the 25th, and the annual big one, the second meeting of the year between the Wadsworth Lady Grizzlies and the Copley Lady Indians. Copley will wrap up their first Suburban League title since 1995. As Schrock gets the basket. Copley Lady Indians, the only other team to win the Suburban League other than the Lady Grizzlies in the last 12 years. I believe it was 95 when they did it. And I say they will wrap it up. Unofficially, they'll wrap it up. There's still a few Suburban League games to go, but if Wadsworth
Traveling, yeah.
traveling call on Ryan. If the Lady Grizzlies don't beat the Copley Indians, that's pretty much said and
no
done.
one's going to beat them in the league. So it should be.
So the Lady Grizzlies going for a share of what could be a Suburban League title again. Marshall, 15-foot line, stops over to senior. It looked like it went off the foot of Hindle, and it did.
Yeah, senior already had the ball. Tried to sneak in there.
At one point, the Blue Devils were 6-4 a couple of games ago. They've won their last 2. Had a difficult early schedule, did the Blue Devils. Their 4 losses this season, as they are 8-4 overall. 3 of their losses in the Suburban League, Wadsworth, Green, and the very vastly improved Revere Minutemen. And they also lost 1 game at the Walsh tournament over the holidays, did Tallmadge. 47-35, 2:35 as you see on your screen remaining in the third. Marshall whips out to senior. Over to Griff Wilson. Wilson loses the handle. And the ball's flipped to Rayel Martin. Gives to Ryan. Ryan turns around the defender and recycles the offense. Over to Corey Hindle. Hindle to Harvey. Harvey to
wide open.
Martin losing the handle underneath. He was looking for Jim Huck. Out to Ryan for 3. In and out. Marshall tips it out of bounds. Jim Huck, number 43. He's a hefty fella. 6'4" junior. Coming in off the bench for starter Pat Botch. There's a 3 by Hindle, missed. Rebound, Ben Schrock.
Good position again.
Those
Schrock boys know how to get that ball off the floor or off the board.
And having good by Ben Schrock again. He's done that well all season long.
Yeah, he goes up strong. You just love to see. He doesn't get the ball down low, just protects it with his body. Goes up strong, and usually if it doesn't go in, you get a foul.
And if he converts this free throw, it'll be double figures tonight for Ben. He has 9 points. Of course, it doesn't hurt that your father, Denny, has been a long time coaching legend
probably
in
has
the
some
area.
Good basketball genes going for him.
Timeout called by Dion Harvey. They could not inbound the ball.
You know, they had it to 5 points, and we put on a 10-0 run.
I'd like to take this timeout to congratulate the varsity wrestling team for its double victory over Highland and Copley. They defeated Copley 70-4 and Highland 66-5. The Wadsworth Grizzly wrestling team is 7-0 in the Suburban League. They are 13-1 overall, and they are currently ranked 3rd in the state in Division I high school wrestling. Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. Give them a call here in Wadsworth, 334-4949. You can set up an account and order your pizzas online by going to www.papajohns.com. Papa John's. Thanks to them for their sponsorship and catering to the Wadsworth Community Television basketball crew. Look at the defense just collapse down low on Tallmadge. They have to bring it back out front. Hindle gives to Harvey. Harvey into Rayel Martin. He's grabbed. That'll be 2 shots for Martin.
Called on senior.
That's his 3rd.
Well, Martin's having a good half there.
Martin, once again, a key transfer the Blue Devils picked up from Green. To Marshall. Marshall will step around to the basket. Marshall on the night has 6 points.
Nice look, no look pass there.
Pat Botch with the basket. He has 5 points. Ben Schrock again. Mr. Greckney getting all fired up down there at the press row.
Or used to say, Mr. Greckney.
Yep.
I think that's when you had him in math, wasn't it?
Had Mr. Greckney for math back in middle school, which is now Central Intermediate, but I'm old now, so.
You don't know what old is.
No longer the middle school, which everybody knows that. It's unnecessary to even talk about. Dion Harvey out to Hindle. Into Martin. Martin from the free throw line. Nice shot off the glass. Martin scoreless in the first half. Has 11 points here, all in the 3rd quarter. I think Coach Carnuth might have said, let's get the ball in Raynell's hands, see what he can do for us offensively. Or he got that hot hand early and they kept going to him. That shot missed. Jump ball called possession arrow Tallmadge. In a fight for it was Botch and Ben Schrock. Goddard and Falkenberg back in the game. A big hand for Mac Owen Sr., deservedly so. 6.3 seconds in the 3rd left.
Oh, what a
Stolen
good
by Ben
defensive play.
Schrock, long pass down. Capitosta knocks it over the defender's head. And as the buzzer sounds, the whistle blows, ball out of bounds.
Oh, they didn't call a foul there?
Nope. Coach Martin. Clear out on the floor. Here he comes. Whistle blew, but it was just for an indication that it was the end of the third quarter. And no foul call as Capitosta went to the hoop. I missed the replay there. No, I haven't seen it yet, all right. 50-50 about to be announced.
Oh, something good happened to Barberton. We won the 50-50 over there.
That had to be a hefty amount.
7 Wadsworth faithfuls divided.
Here it is. Capitosta. If we had the clock,
Ooh, boy.
we'd be able to see if he would have even gotten that shot off before the buzzer. And we have time to maybe try and do that. We'll see.
Well, it's a 13-point lead going into this last quarter.
As we're having a discussion over the possession arrow at the officials' table, now it's straightened out.
Wadsworth possession.
Grizzlies will inbound, front row visitors' side. Quarter 4 is underway. Grizzlies looking to move to 12-0 on the season. Nick Goddard gets it knocked away from behind by Dion Harvey, and then he passes it to Shawn Ryan. Give Harvey the assist, Ryan the basket.
I have seen
13 points for Shawn Ryan.
I've seen Nick lose the ball several times this year in that situation.
Nick Goddard, at the end of this past year, was offered a scholarship to play baseball at Cleveland State, and he turned it down. Wanted to wait and see what happened with basketball. Nick, of course, still has his senior season to play baseball as he floats that one-hander up and in from the middle of the lane. And he can catch some Wadsworth Grizzly basketball.
And baseball.
And baseball. Yes, that's what I meant to say. On WCTV, we'll see some home games. And Martin flips over to Ryan for a 3. Missed, rebound Capitosta, but Martin, the rebound. Ben Schrock picks it up, and he's fouled.
Ben is he's muscle on that board.
Here's that play at the end of the third quarter in which Capitosta went up with clock. There you see, and he looks like he would have gotten it off. 0.5 seconds to go, and he was nailed.
They must not have called a foul on that.
But anyways, finishing on Nick Goddard, there is an early signing period in November, every November for baseball. High school players moving to college. Nick Goddard offered a chance to go to Cleveland State and play baseball. Turned it down, wanted to see what would happen with maybe some junior colleges for basketball. And also heard that Ashland was possibly interested in Nick Goddard playing basketball for them. At any rate, Capitosta brings it down, loses the handle, but saves it. And then Falkenberg's nailed, and the ball goes out of bounds off Tallmadge. Coach Martin saying one time. Not sure what he means. Maybe one time at least call it. Goddard drives in baseline.
Oops.
Not going to call the charge or the block. Ryan to Hindle, and he is hammered.
On the floor, they called it too.
He's hammered by 2 Grizzlies. On this end of the court, referee telling Coach Carnuth what the call was there, and here it is. You see two Grizzlies just falling on top of Hindle. Tallmadge fans don't like it at all, but yeah, they're going to say he was. Now we're going to have a discussion between the refs. Well, no, it's still Tallmadge ball, but they're going to say he wasn't shooting. Tallmadge gets it in, Hindle, no look to Botch, and Botch lays it off the glass and in, 57-45. Kicked out of bounds by Hindle.
Well, it looks like the Grizzlies are trying to take a little bit of time off the clock.
Grizzlies trying to get it closer to the basket. Marshall in the key. Three-pointer, Capitosta, no.
Oh!
And the putback!
What a great rebound and putback.
Perfect timing, Nick Goddard. What a play. Hindle flips to Harvey. Over to Ryan, wide open three, in and out, rebound, Marshall, and Marshall saves. Marshall over to Goddard, a little bit behind him. Goddard speeding down court. Here's the replay on that timing jump on the missed shot. You see Goddard jumping in, the grab and the putback all at once. That shot laid in by Harvey as he almost missed that one. He got up there though. 12-point lead for the Grizzlies, 4.5 minutes to go. Goddard gets around his defender, slashes in, throws it up. Nope, rebound Harvey, or Martin, I'm sorry. This is Harvey. Dion Harvey steps back behind the three-point line in the corner. Over to Hindle, back to Harvey. Harvey decides to drive in, he's bumped by Schrock. And the Tallmadge fans cheer for the foul on Wadsworth. That's the second foul on DJ this evening. That'll bring in Mako, Ben Schrock, and Austin Sr. for Goddard, Marshall, and Joey Cap. Coming in off the bench, Matt Vanna got the inbound pass, threw up a three and missed.
He put that up real well. Nice shot.
Stolen away, Shawn Ryan. And I talked about it earlier. That was classic Allen Bach style. They're one-on-one, clear out front, just pickpockets the Grizzlies for the easy return layup. But Ryan, you play behind Bach for a couple of years. You're going to learn a few things about playing the point guard position.
Plus, he probably had to guard him most of the time in practice.
Yep. So this upcoming week, you'll be watching the Grizzlies, this ball game, the Grizzlies and Tallmadge, and the Lady Grizzlies against Copley.
That was down to a 10-point lead.
next week's 2 ball games here at the West Gym. It'll be a non-league game for the Lady Grizzlies. Tuesday the 28th, the Cuyahoga Falls Lady Black Tigers will visit the West Gym. Then the Copley Indians and the boys basketball teams will play next Friday. 3.5 minutes to play. Grizzlies 10-point lead. Looking to seal this one up.
I think we got Paul Macko in there now too. A little bit of
little fight for the ball there between DJ Schrock and Dion Harvey.
Let's see, was that a foul? I think we should be going to the line for 1-on-1.
And DJ will. Once again, though, the Grizzlies' great equalizer is their shifting and switching defense.
Ooh, there's a nice bounce.
That just frustrates opponents throughout the ball game. Despite the dreadful free throw shooting by the Grizzlies tonight in the first half, it's been good here in the second.
Yeah, much improved. 1, 2, 3.
They're now up 12.
8 out of 9 this second half.
That's the polar opposite from the first half. Ryan looking for the three-pointer. Almost throws it away, but Vanna saves. Now Martin
good.
has
someone had a hand in that one.
Away. Vanna throws it away in the hands of Ben Schrock. Tried to whip it underneath, and Schrock was right there. Austin Sr. against Ryan. Whips to DJ Schrock. Schrock to Falkenberg. Over to Macko. Back to Sr.
Good decision.
Kill some clock. There's Macko, the head fake, and he draws the foul. Foul on Hindle. Or no, Vanna. Well, let's see. Yeah, Matt Vanna. 18 fouls now on the Blue Devils. Some more substitutions for both teams.
Oh.
Rebounded by Schrock. Couldn't quite get the shot up underneath. And a foul on Corey Hindle. So Falkenberg heads to the line.
A little disparity in the fouls. 9 team fouls committed by Tallmadge and only 4 by the Grizzlies, so I got a chance to give a couple.
Falkenberg, a game high 14 points in the win at Barberton Wednesday night.
Hey, he had some of those classic floaters
those
that he puts up.
Floaters.
Yeah.
Shawn Ryan trying to beat off the
dribble. Nice
Austin
block.
Sr. off the dribble, and Sr. blocks it. Ryan looks to be running out of gas.
Austin Sr. had a real nice basket at Barberton the other night, the end of the game.
And then Ryan gets the steal. He'll take it up and lay it in. 63-51. Other end, Falkenberg. 17 points for Ryan tonight on Tallmadge. Then Jay Mathis at the other end.
Boy, I'm having to write down numbers in a hurry.
He has 6 points, does Mathis. Falkenberg, 11 points on the night. Minute and a half to play. Grizzlies just need to take care of the basketball. That'll do it. Wide open Falkenberg, 13 points for Ben.
Yeah, that's a way to look for your look for help under the bucket. Oh, nice play. Oh,
turnaround missed shot by Vanna, and the Grizzlies just scrapping for the ball down to the last minute. Grizzlies after this victory will head to play Norton this coming Wednesday and hopefully continue their Suburban League run. Not an easy place to win, though.
Oh, no.
Fans up on their feet here in the West Gym. Goddard just holds on to it. Tallmadge, thankfully, not even going to foul because they're nowhere near having a chance. Ball just being thrown around. Grizzlies going to go to 12-0 on the season. Tallmadge steals. Turnaround shot missed by Harvey. Rebound Marshall. Marshall coming down court. Ref's not even going to call the touch foul. 12-0. The Grizzlies win it 67-53. And more importantly, now 8-0 in Suburban League play. Tallmadge Blue Devils fall to 8-5 overall. And just 500 in the Suburban League, 4-4. Who'd have thunk that? The three-time defending Suburban League champions, now at 4-4 in the Suburban League. And we are finishing up the final point totals thanks to our crew tonight: Jared Cundiff, Ken Buck, Phil Dell, Tyler Doyle. Thanks to you for tuning in to WCTV, and thanks to Papa John's for providing the sponsorship of Wadsworth Grizzly basketball here on WCTV. Final scoring, and it was spread around tonight by the Grizzlies. 3 players with 13 points. Ben Falkenberg, Nick Goddard, a couple of threes for Nick, and Ben Schrock. So Ben Schrock, Nick Goddard, Ben Falkenberg all with 13 points. 8 points for Paul Macko and DJ Schrock. Mike Marshall, 6 points, and Griff Wilson and Brett Smith each with a basket.
And for the Tallmadge Blue Devils, Ryan led the way with 17. Harvey and Martin had 11 each. Mathis with 6, Botch with 7, and Vanna with 1 foul shot, making the 53 points for the Tallmadge Blue Devils.
I missed one here. Joe Capitosta with 1 basket for 2 points tonight. But it really doesn't matter. As you see the remaining schedule for the Grizzlies, as they remain undefeated and again looking to go towards that 16-0 mark the Grizzlies set back in the 91-92 season. As the floor is filled up here in the West Gym, everybody filing out. Glad you could join us once again. The Grizzlies are winners, 67-53, as you see. And we'll see you next time, which will be tomorrow. But it may already be tomorrow or after as you're watching this.
Well, it's been a special treat doing the boys game with you, John. This is the first time I've got to do a boys game, and always a lot of fun working with you. And we'll be right back here in the same seats tomorrow for that big game against Copley, and I'm looking forward to that.
We will. So Grizzlies continue their run in the Suburban League, and we'll see what pans out in the coming weeks. You can catch all the home action right here on WCTV, and we will follow both boys and girls basketball in the state tournament. For my father, Gary Bernard, and the whole WCTV crew, I'm John Bernard. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
So long.